Appreciate you, Coach. Well, later tonight in November, snowfall is forecasted to hit the Twin Cities, but right now, calm outside, and, of course, a calm day inside U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Washington Redskins and the Minnesota Vikings. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Set, go to base. 50 up the line. You must be dreaming.
58, right over there, right over. Mike, 58, right there. Double dog, that's the way. 58, boys, 58.
Murphy now, throwing on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. To throw is Murphy. Off the play fake. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on.
Let's go, boys.
So they saw the contact before the ball arrived. Penalty flag for pass interference.
And trying to avoid pass interference is so difficult. You're trying to slow down these skilled receivers. And somehow, some way, they make plays on the football. And sometimes you're there too soon.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. What a difference a play makes. A huge step forward and now a small step back as he loses a yard or two.
Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen! Watch the screen!
This is Tomlinson. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
I'm coming.
Now Murphy on third down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw, because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Ready! 60 out low. H3. 218.
Hey, check.
Shot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. 7. Yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Bandit.
Shift. Watch the shift.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. On now to kick it away is the punter, Matt Weil. And Sanders now to return. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Come.
Check 26, check 26. He's cracked. He's checking crack.
On 3rd down, Murphy. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Daniil Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now. You rarely call your punter a weapon, but he certainly was there. How about that? Pinning him down at the 1-yard line and helping out the defense in a big way. I'm telling you what, if I'm a defensive coordinator, I might be thinking safety right now.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
And the offensive penalty has us back where we started as they come up on a 1st and 10.
6 man. Check.
Haywood.
Check curls.
52's the Mike. Watch Mike.
Don't get nervous.
66. Bullet. Hot.
Rush in.
They'll drop to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 14, and he will score. Touchdown, Washington. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that makes the score 7-0. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
They should have known, baby.
First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
He's coming to you. Motion. Hey, hey, hey.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there.
Hey, let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. Short. 58, boys. 58.
Murphy operating from the gun. And they will finally get him to the ground as he's forced to tuck it and take the sack. Well, it was 2nd and long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hey, motion. Let's go. Get set.
Looking to throw. Murphy. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Daniil Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Time for our first check of the NFL scoreboard. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Paris Campbell, a strong game thus far, catching the football in that one. He gets us away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. Excellent placement. And off that bounce, Charles, I didn't know where it was going to go. It can be an inexact science as to where they place it, but they say the 2-yard line.
Yeah, I don't know how they really determined that. And let's face it, at the end of that play, one side's going to be happy, the other team's going to be unhappy. So, what do they do, shorten the hypotenuse? I mean, how do they figure that out? You know that stuff. You're the smart guy.
No, that's you, partner.
Go. 52, right 52. Delta. The pass. Blue draw, Coker. Check 3.
Watch out.
Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout.
Let's go.
And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they begin this drive in very precarious field position inside their own 5.
And remember, this is a defense that's already scored once in this game, so you've got to really take care and make sure that you're blocking these guys to try and wedge the ball out from the shadow of your own end zone.
Got it.
After 1-7-0 on EA Sports.
Tight end's right.
Set, hut. Now the wolf.
5 down. Stand up in.
Now a handoff looking right, and he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
Set, ready. 18 Gator. 52's the mic.
Let him know.
Echo. 80 weapons.
Shit.
Hey, check 24. Hut, go. Ready.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before reaching the 25. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a first down.
Ready. 60 out low. Watch switch.
49, check 49, check 49.
Switch it. Come on, switch it.
Ready, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Come on.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Check 52.
Here's a play fake as they set up the throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Hey.
No, check that. We're going to Mike 52 right here. Mike 52. No, you're just.
Check go.
On third down, Samuel. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4.
I see you, boy. I see you. Go.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Redskins will take control of the football in great field position. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Get ready. Shoot. Bravo.
Hey, 58 is the Mike. Going 58's the Mike. Watch the curl.
Here's Murphy throwing to start the drive. James has got it. Complete. Touchdown, Washington.
They can't see
In
us.
for the score. And the Redskins are able to stretch the lead out further. And a nice job by him to catch the slant and then navigate and break free.
And receivers love slant routes because it gets the ball in their hands so quickly and oftentimes on the move. And when they're on the move like that, then they get to use their best asset, which is usually their speed.
And their speed sometimes, like this instance, can take them into the end zone. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does. And a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game. And typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
56. Mike, 56, right there.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Now Sanders. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
We got 4.
Murphy now. From the gun, he'll throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's James. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. 25 yards that time.
Tight ends on the go. 4 down, 4 down. Trot. On the ball, Shut up.
To throw is Murphy, operating from the gun. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Yo. Motion, bump. Smoke.
Now Murphy from the gun on 3rd down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And now off to the races down the right side. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. You think you're going into halftime with a good-sized lead, not so fast. That pick six really changes the complexion, probably also changes the halftime speech.
No doubt about it. Instead of going in relaxed, you're probably a little more uptight right now, probably a little bit angry. Let's see if they can get their focus back.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try to move the ball and get in field. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. That sack came from the corner. On the corner blitz, it was Josh Jackson. Back to throw. Murphy. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Murphy forced, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They'll try and throw for it here. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And, boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
Here we go. And read. Strong left. I don't think you got it, son.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Incomplete. And we're down to 8 seconds now.
Okay, baby, I see you.
So on second down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. From the right hash, this from 33. Rosa's kick is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
After the field goal, here's Rosas to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not? And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go. Let's do this.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We have not seen much on offense from either side. These last few drives, it has been a struggle, hasn't it?
Totally, and you're thinking to yourself right now, if you're on offense trying to get things figured out, okay, we self-scout every week in our game plan. How many things do we do at certain times? What are our tendencies? Time to go to some of those tendency breakers and try and create some offense.
They always have those in their back pocket, don't they?
You have to, and if you don't keep abreast of what you're doing, you lock into a rhythm and make it easy for the opposition.
Looking for tendency breakers right now. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Come on, boy. Come on, boy. You better be ready. Don't be scared of it.
2nd and 5. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
They'll set up to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Matt Weil now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. A throw over the middle taken in. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one good for 26 and a 1st down.
Check three. Don't take. Spell. Wahoo!
Murphy on first down. Oh, he's going to look end zone here for Pettis. And this is going to be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
Hey, let's go.
Oh, you just kind of feel for him
All
right
day,
now.
baby.
4
Let's
interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game, go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity.
Let's go now.
56.
Go to base.
56, right there, 56.
Watch the curl. Watch the curl. They go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll wind up getting 10 back there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Ready.
Who's the Mike? Mike 5'2", Mike 5'2".
Go. All day, every day, any day.
Hey, Mike 52. Mike 52. Come on.
Set.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to air one out. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 28. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it, Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
with the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct.
Let's go. Get the flag.
Out there ready for this next drive, the Redskins offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
6 guys. Check 6 guys.
Switch.
They stay on the ground. Tomlinson. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Set, ready. 58 to Mike.
All right.
Great stone.
Here's Murphy from the gun on 3rd down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Single. Check 26.
2nd and 9 now. Dancing to his left. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 23. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? As the scouting report changed, are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the second week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
2nd and 6. And that's complete to Gates. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
Here we go. Henry.
58 to Mike.
Hey, tight.
Murphy now. From the gun, he'll throw. Out to his left. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
2nd and goal from the 1. 2nd and 1. This is caught. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.